For me, I realized it's the small, simple things in life that really bring happiness. These are things that I've cut out or just focus on or just do little habits that really make me happier. This doesn't mean you have to do all of these things, but it's good to reflect on your life of what is working, what's not working, and what will truly simplify and make you happier. The first one is less posting and less time on social media, particularly Instagram and TikTok. I just find I really kind of enjoy living a private life. Now I know you're probably like, you have a YouTube channel, and this is kind of more like a hobby side hustle job for me that I really love. Like I crave doing this, but as far as like Instagram and showing my life, I've done it less and I just feel happier. And being on there less makes me happier. I don't know. The apps that I think are more positive are Pinterest and YouTube. I feel like inspired, like I learned something cool, I learned some hacks. So for me, I don't need to know what everyone's doing every single day, or I don't need people to know every single thing in my life. I feel like my main people know what I'm doing. So just something to think about if you feel drained on there, you feel like, it's not making you happier, I would recommend cutting back. Next one following that is spending less time on my phone in general. I just find I try to take like 30-minute breaks because you can just get so trapped on our phones. I mean, everywhere you go, people are on their phones. Like they're walking with their phones in the elevator. Like it's just kind of gotten out of control. Now there's so much you can do on your phone. Like you really can control your whole life, which is awesome. But for me, I try to take breaks and I never really have a day of, oh, I wish I spent more time on my phone and wasted time throughout the day. So I will take breaks and I feel like this has just made me a lot happier. Next one is having slow mornings, enjoying my coffee and just like focusing on positive, good things that I'm thankful for, or just really not being rushed. I used to feel like I would rush. Now I work like mid shift, I work later in the day. So I'm like, why am I rushing? Let me just sit, enjoy my coffee. This is like some of the best moments of just like a slow, quiet morning. I understand everyone's, situation's different, but if you can have some of those mornings, I highly recommend just enjoying your coffee and trying to go slower. The next one is back to the phones. Not having notifications on for any apps. So basically, if I'm on the app, I will see if I have a notification. I don't want the top of my phone to have all of these notifications. I think that is like so overwhelming. And that's kind of the part what keeps you so glued to your phone. So I highly recommend going in your settings, turning off notifications, and you can just get to those things when you have time. Next one is responding to people when I have time. I used to feel like I would rush and like stop what I'm doing and respond, and that like felt so stressful. So now, I try not to wait like days, but sometimes, later in the day I'll respond. I will respond, but not feeling like I have to respond right away has really made me a lot happier. Having a trip booked in the future. I do think this really brings happiness and like excitement. So even if it's a small or a big trip, I try to always have something booked. This makes me work more, this makes me save more money, and just overall be excited for something in the future. I highly recommend, if you can, have a trip booked. I've seen those quotes, you're 90% happier when you have something to look forward to. So definitely right now, I'm just trying to really focus on traveling and saving my money for that, because I feel like those experiences are what it's all about. I try to get outside and walk once a week. Now I do work out other than that one walk, but getting outside, even if it's in your neighborhood or really driving somewhere, like I live by the beach, so I go by the beach and I just feel so much better. I feel like my head's clear. I could be having a bad day and I do this and I feel so much better, getting vitamin D and just like clearing your head. So try to get outside once a week and walk. It really makes a big difference. I try to do self-care at least once a week. I think our lives can get so busy and work and everything, but really setting aside and doing something that's good for you. So like a pedicure, doing eye masks, doing a hair mask, just something that pampers you. I think you will feel a lot better, and it's just good to do something for yourself. This one's kind of random, but doing something while watching Netflix. So I love a good show and like binging a show, but I will either do laundry between the show, or I'll stop and like vacuum my living room. I'll just try to do something so I don't feel like all I did today was like watch Netflix. So I try to mix it up and do other things while watching my favorite shows. Next one is very important. Don't have any toxic people in your life. We all deserve to have good people in our lives. So I really recommend, if you have a friend, a coworker, anyone that's trying to bring you down is not your people. And every time I've cut these kind of people out, I feel so much happier. I feel like I want quality over quantity of, friends or just people in my life. And if someone's trying to not support you, bring you down, throw digs at you, that is not your people. And this even goes with like social media. Like if you're following people that are negative, try to follow positive people, people that are bringing something to your life. I think the content, people in our life really makes a difference of the quality of your life. So definitely cut out any negative people in your life. Okay, this next one is good. I quit watching reality TV. I used to watch Housewives, Vanderpump, a lot. I mean, I didn't watch all of them, but I watched a lot. And all it is like them fighting and screaming at each other. And you're kind of like, oh, next season, let me watch what happens, who's dating who. And it's like, why am I watching this? So one day I just had like, I am gonna cut out reality TV, and I feel so much better. The only one I do watch is Love is Blind. I feel like that's kind of a fun, like they can't see each other. It is coming very reality-ish kind of show, but I like the concept they can't see each other. It kind of reminds me of a better version of The Bachelor. So I do enjoy that show, but the rest of them I have cut out, and I think it's just gotten rid of so much negativity. Next one is less news and always being in the know of everything that is going on. Like really, we can only consume so much. So I feel like I don't need to know every single thing going on in the world. I don't need to know every single TikTok trend. Like it's so consuming. And I feel like eventually you'll see it, like, but I don't feel like I have to be in the know. So not to be political with the news or anything, lately watching it because, the election, but I don't want to be political on here. But basically just less being in the know and just getting to that stuff when you have time. And even the news in the morning, like if you feel like it's negative, I feel like I don't need to know every single thing going on. So I cut that for a while, and I feel a lot better and happier. Next one is owning less shoes and clothes. I look back to my younger years and I would buy so many clothes, so many shoes, purses, like, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to shop, and, I love Amazon. You guys see all that. That is for real. This is what I love to do. But I just feel like less is more, especially with shoes and clothes. Like we only need so much, and just getting like good basics, and you can slowly add a few pieces each season. But like I buy probably half the amount of clothes I used to and shoes, and it feels so much better. I just want good quality stuff that I'm using more than just having junk everywhere. So definitely I have cut back on clothes and shoes. Having hobbies or passions. My coworker and I always talk about this. You gotta have something you really enjoy in life. For me, like I love this YouTube channel. I love organization, like home projects, beauty. Those are my kind of hobbies, but having a hobby, something you're into, besides the everyday stuff, I feel like that really brings happiness and just gets you to look forward to something that you're into. So highly recommend having some good hobbies. The next one I cut out to save money is window shopping. What is window shopping? Is just going to a store to just like go to a store. So example is like just going to Target and scrolling, even when like I really don't need anything here and I will end up spending so much money. Same with like, I used to go to Nordstrom Rack. I have one right by me, and I would just scroll and like try to find stuff. And again, that is fun sometimes, but like now that I've cut that, I don't even miss going to those stores. And I just feel like I would buy things I don't need. No, where now I feel like I really buy things that I need, if that makes sense. Same with like Costco. Like you could just scroll and go, and then you're like buying all this stuff, and I'm like, it's not even things I need. So really, if I need something, I'll buy it, but I don't just go to a store to go to a store. And the last one is this tapping method. I didn't know if I was gonna include this, but I'm like, you know what? It really works for me. So Basically, if I have a negative thought, I kind of like tap myself and tell myself to not think about it. Because I think we have so many negative thoughts and you're like, I'm not going to be able to do this. Like, you know, this person's driving me crazy. I won't be able to finish this. Like, just tap yourself and like try to not think about it. I saw it on a podcast and I started doing it. I swear it works. And if it sounds weird, you need to try it, because just tap those negative thoughts away. So that does it for 16 habits that make me happier. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. In case you missed this video, 10 tricks to maintain a clean home that are really easy to maintain. If you are new here, I hope you subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I will see you soon in my next video.